When I joined the Alternative Board, I was newly appointed as Managing Director, and in that role it can be quite lonely.
When I initially came to the Alternative Board, I had an open mind. I came along to a taster session and really enjoyed it.
We're a successful business. We've been operating now for 20 years in lovely surroundings, dating back to the year 1625. Well, I have a board of my own. I find sometimes I need to talk to people that are not staff, they're not guests, and they're not my family, to keep things in perspective and keep family life sacrosanct.
For me, what appealed most about the Alternative Board was the independent, impartial advice that I was going to get.
Running your own business is quite an isolating exercise sometimes, and I just found it nice to be able to talk to the business with other people who had similar experience but in different areas.
Another opportunity was for me to exercise the grey matter, as I put it, in my mind. Never being content to just stop. I need to learn about other businesses, understand how they operate, because sometimes they become my guests. So it's very essential for me that I understand what's happening out there in most market segments and most industries.
When I first joined TAB, I didn't believe that I had the time to do it, but I was really encouraged to go with it. It's amazing how you can create time, and one of the first things that I had to do was I had to make my team more accountable, which allowed me time to get out of the business and discuss some of the strategic issues. And by doing that, you're actually doing the right thing for yourself and also the business.
I think it's useful to have people on the board from different backgrounds. I think it gives a different perspective, and they come at it from a different perspective, maybe one that you haven't seen before. Once you've got the rapport with the members and you start to trust them, then it's much easier to talk openly and receive honest feedback.
Impact so far from being a member of this particular board has been guiding me towards things to look at that may influence my bottom line. In a recent meeting, I'm very concerned that energy costs and energy levies that we're currently experiencing in this business. One of our members has been through in fine detail the benefits that can be gained by making alterations to how he runs his business, by switching from all types of different fuels, using solar energy, reducing his gas bill. Although it's yet to drop to my bottom line, he has been able to point me in directions I wouldn't have known to look in if I'd not been a board member.
It quickly transpired that I was going to get more from TAB than just business. We meet once a month as a board, which is great, and then also once a month I also get the support of a coach, and that is really useful for me. We have a board of directors here at Waterbrands, and it's a traditional board, and we meet monthly and we discuss business matters, which is great, but ultimately as managing director you're the leader of the business, and it still gets a little bit lonely when you're the last one here and you're thinking about the strategy for the business. What TAB allows you to do is take that loneliness away, and helps you support yourself with like-minded people that perhaps share the same issues, and you can discuss those issues quite open, honestly. And sometimes they're issues that you wouldn't ordinarily open up to your standard business board, and I think that cannot be underestimated.
You've got an awful lot of people with different backgrounds, different perspectives. Every business has the same basic underlying problems, but at the end of the day, there are no hidden agendas. There are no hidden empires or fiefdoms to protect. You're just getting good, honest feedback.
One of the characteristics I've noticed is that there's a more international element on the board which I'm sitting. Again, an interest for me because it's bringing home to me different aspects of overseas guests and overseas business practices.
Having the time out of the business has made me more strategic. And when I'm not in the business, I am thinking more strategically and thinking a little bit more laterally. For what I get and the feedback that I get and my coaching time, I do believe it represents really good value for money, and I'm certainly pleased with the results that I've been able to drive through my business. It's been a good forum to really help discuss the important matters, not only on a personal level but also business wise as well.
For me, the real value in TAB membership is to have a confidential environment in which you can step out of the business and and have an impartial view on your business.
I've had some fairly political, difficult situations to manage, and I don't know where I would have taken them if it wasn't for TAB. I probably would have harboured them myself and come to some kind of resolution, but to have the support and knowledge that you have from those 7 board members gives you that courage to go ahead and be bold and make those decisions. I can remember how I felt at the time walking into the room, taking some of my issues or my talking points and thinking they were insurmountable or really quite apprehensive. Every one of those issues that I've taken I've always got a resolution to, and whilst it may have been daunting at the time, I've always got the right result looking back, and it really is a problem shared, is a problem halved. And I actually also feel that looking at the guys around the table when they bring their situations to the table, I feel like I flatteringly can add value to them as well, which is rewarding.
So when I became a TAB member, I had no preconceptions when I came to the first tasting meeting. Really enjoyed it, and carried on from there.
There are lots of MDs out there that I think would benefit from the kind of support mechanism that exists within TAB.
I would recommend the alternative board to other business owners. I think it's a useful sounding board and a good investment in your time.
One of the benefits I did not expect to get from joining the board was the use of its online tools, and it enabled me to take a survey about me and about what I expected from myself, not just my business, but my lifestyle and my life-work balance. When I carried out the exercise, I was very surprised with the outcome, which is whereas I thought I had everything in order, the outcome was that I definitely didn't. So it has given me areas to focus upon for personal satisfaction and personal life gain. So I'm very grateful to that tool, because it's one of those things that I probably knew, but having got it down on a piece of paper and then graphically, it really brought it home to me.
I'm locked into TAB now, and that's because my 7 board members are the same guys that I started out with, and we're on a journey, and in 3.5, 4 years of working together, I still continue to get great advice. I believe, and I would say this, I believe I give decent advice myself, and it's a real reward. It's a real reward to go back and report on progress and where we've come from and what the future looks like. And the same is true of each of my 7 members when we sit and talk about their businesses. It's really rewarding again to hear about the progress that they're making, and for me that makes me come back for more and more.